Have you ever heard of something called speed golf?
No.
Well, there's a man called Robert Hogan, and he is a former world champion speed golfer.
Looking for people to kind of take his mantle, take his crown.
Golf when you run. So effectively, it is trying to play a round of golf as quickly as possible.
Yeah, you got to play as quickly as possible. You're right, exactly. But it gets you hitting the ball really straight, gets you into a little bit of a rhythm.
So would you literally...
Well, before I started playing tournaments, I don't know if I had a straight shot all year. 2013 in speed golf, I started hitting it right down the middle.
Okay, so
you a little bit of a rhythm.
You tee off, and then you literally grab your bag and sprint after the ball.
You got to do that because you got to play as fast as you possibly can. It gets you into a rhythm. It's super stuff.
Were you a professional golfer before you started speed golfing?
I was a struggling pro.
Okay.
I was a struggling pro, and golf's kind of a head game, but when you get into the speed golf, you can go with the flow, you get into the zone.
So it's more about the fitness and the movement rather than standing over a putt with your knees wobbling, thinking, how am I going to sink this or not?
The knees are knocking over the four-footers, but when you run up there, you just want to get it the hole and move on to the next hole. And that kind of can bring that mindset over to when you play regular golf as well.
Right. And, okay, so let's say you are faster than the guy who you're in the competition against, but he has fewer strokes than you. How do you decide who's the winner?
Well, it's minutes, and it's added to your shots. The good news is for the golfers, the golfer will always win over the runner. Because not only is he more efficient, but he has to run less of a distance, because if you're hitting the right, left, you're going to end up running 10 miles instead of 5.
Okay, so you'd be better off being a decent golfer and then
100%.
upping your fitness game rather than being 100%. A sprinter and then not knowing how to hit a ball.
100%.
What happens if you don't run particularly fast?
If you don't run particularly fast, you just got to hit the ball pretty nicely, make up the shots that way. There's a lot of different ways to do it, and there's a kind of an element of innovation to it as well, because it's new. There's different formats. There's some people playing with one club, some people playing with 3 and 4. Some people have a bag, some people don't. So you can kind of get into it, you can think about it, come up with your own style.
I played golf with a fella from Carlow I went to college with called Brian Cargan, absolute legend. And he walked onto a golf course with me to play around the golf, and I pulled all the gear, none of the ability clubs out of the boot of the car. Had all the right baseball hat and the little pin and everything ready to go. He rocked up in a pair of shoes, actual like dress shoes, and had a 4-iron and a putter, and he killed everybody on the course. He just had one club and a putter, and he was just absolutely dead accurate with it.
100%. Well, when you get out speed golfing, you're left in that situation. You're forced into that, because you don't want to be carrying all the clubs around. So you might have a 7-iron, and then you have to play a little short shot, and then a little bit of a long shot. So it brings back that kind of you have to be versatile. It kind of teaches you that, because you've no choice.
Yeah, so...
I think a lot of people are better at that than they might think.
Right. Well, on average, obviously, if you want all your clubs, it's more weight. It's harder to run faster when you're carrying more weight. So what clubs do you tend to use? How many would you bring with you? Would you carry a bag?
I've always used 6 in a bag.
6?
I'm going to move down to 3. Maybe not carry a bag. I'm working on something. I'm cooking something up, because that's the kind of the beauty of it. You can express yourself and bring your own style to it.
And what's the average length of a speed golf round of, say, 18 holes versus a regular round of 18 holes that's, 4 or 5 hours?
In terms of time, I would say I could take anybody and get them down to under an hour. Play a 4-hour golf in under an hour.
Under an hour? So 18 holes?
We've been doing on Thursday evenings down at Dundrum House. We've been doing it every second shot, and we've been playing 9 holes. And a couple of our great junior guys, Charlie and Owen, they got around 9 holes in 23 minutes.
That's 9 phenomenal. Holes, 23 minutes.
Wow. And they're loving it. They're getting the program of it. And it's good for the fitness. I tell you, after 1 or 2 weeks of it, you're just pepping and you're ready to go.
Yeah, do you find it hard then?
You can't believe it.
Do you find it hard, Robert, to play then a normal round of golf, say in your weekend 4-ball?
I kind of like chilling. I'm not getting too panicky when I'm waiting a little few minutes, because sometimes it's easier than when your heart rate's going on. It kind of chills you out a little bit, I have to say. It's kind of the opposite of that, you get me?
It's like playing a video of a golf game at half speed when you play a normal round.
Yeah.
You won the world champion in 2013, 2015. Your British Speed Golf 2015, 2016. Like, you've dominated this sport.
I had a great time, I have to say, for a few years. Our marketing guy, Andrew, he reckons I'm a little bit over the hill, a little bit long in the tooth.
What age are you now?
Because I'm hopefully going to go over to New York in August. I'm going to bring my daughter Blahin and try and make a little bit of a comeback.
So you can go to DundrumHouseHotel.com for more information. That's where Robert's currently in residence down there.
It's in Tipperary.
Yeah, the hotel in Tipperary. So DundrumHouseHotel.com. If you think speed golf might be something you want to try, give Robert a shout and see if you can have a go.